Welcome to the MOOC lecture topic on basal ganglia and limbic system. At the end of this video presentation, you should be able to identify basal ganglia nuclei, state the functions of each nuclei, describe the limbic system. Basal nuclei are a collection of cell bodies of neurons situated within each cerebral hemisphere. They are the corpus striatum, caudate nucleus and lentiform nucleus, the amygdaloid nucleus, the claustrum, the substantia nigra and the subthalamic nuclei. The corpus striatum is located lateral to the thalamus. The internal capsule divides it into almost completely into the caudate nucleus and the lentiform nucleus. The caudate nucleus is C-shaped. It is closely related to the lateral ventricle and lies lateral to the thalamus. It has a head, a body, and a tail. The lentiform nucleus is wedge-shaped mass. The broad convex base is directed laterally. The lentiform nucleus is related laterally to a thin sheet of white matter, the external capsule. A vertical plate of white matter divides the nucleus into a larger, darker lateral portion, the putamen, and an inner lighter portion, the globus pallidus. Functionally, caudate nucleus integrates spatial information with motor behavior formulation, directed movements, goal-oriented action, memory, learning and emotion. Putamen involves in motor planning, learning and execution, motor preparation, and specifying amplitudes of movement and sequence. Globus pallidus helps in the regulation of voluntary movements at subconscious level. It exerts primarily inhibitory action and balances the excitatory action of the cerebellum. It helps in smooth and controlled movements. The amygdaloid nucleus is situated in the temporal lobe close to the ulcus. It is anterior to tail of caudate nucleus. It is also considered as part of the limbic system. The claustrum is a saucer-shaped thin sheet of gray matter. It is situated between the lentiform nucleus and insula. It is separated from the lateral surface of the lentiform nucleus by the external capsule. Lateral to the claustrum is the subcortical white matter of the insula. Functionally, it is important for communication between the two hemispheres of the brain. It helps in multisensory integration. Substantia nigra is Latin for black substance, reflecting the fact that parts of the substantia nigra appear darker than neighboring areas due to high levels of neuromelanin and dopaminergic neurons. It consists of two parts, the pars compacta and the pars reticulata. It helps in movement and reward. It helps in the motor planning and precise optimum activity of muscles. It also functions in seeking reward and hence addiction. The subthalamic nucleus is a small lens-shaped nucleus in the brain where it is, from a functional point of view, part of the basal ganglia system. In terms of anatomy, it is the major part of the subthalamus. As suggested by its name, the subthalamic nucleus is located ventral to the thalamus. Type of neuron found in the subthalamic nucleus has rather long, sparsely spiny dendrites. In the more centrally located neurons, the dendritocarbers have a more ellipsoidal shape. It helps in the selection of actions and checks muscular responses. The word limbic means border or margin. The term limbic system was loosely used to include a group of structures that lie in the border zone between the cerebral cortex and the hypothalamus. Anatomically, the limbic structures include the subcosal, the cingulate, and the parahippocampal gyri, the hippocampal formation, the amygdaloid nucleus, the mammillary bodies, and the anterior thalamic nucleus. Motivation, emotion, learning, and memory are regulated by limbic system. The amygdala provides emotional component to the learning process. The hippocampus is associated with memory. The limbic system is associated with pain, pleasure, and rage. Kluver-Bucy syndrome is due to bilateral destruction of amygdala, which leads to increased sexual activity, oral tendencies or compulsive tendency to place objects in mouth, decreased emotionality, changes in eating behavior, and visual agnosia. Thank you for watching the presentation. Your feedback on this presentation will be very valuable.